Hey, I'm assuming you have all the materials ready for tomorrow's meeting, right? If, by the time I get in tomorrow, you don't have everything for me, I'll kick you out of here. Do you understand me?
What? Isn't all the materials for tomorrow's meeting meant to be handled by you, Mason? That is not my job. I don't even have any information myself on what's going on in that meeting, so perhaps I'm not the man for that job.
What are you saying? You're the newest employee at this company, right? That means you have to do it all for me, and I shouldn't even have to be saying this right now. If you can't do that work for me, then you're gonna be out of this job before you even make it a year!
But this isn't about me being a fresh employee to this company. I just looked over it once more, but you are the department manager, aren't you, Mason? Are you not aware of that? That means you have to be the one to prepare everything for the meeting tomorrow, which involves you personally.
Don't tell me that you haven't handed everything out yet! What do you think you're doing? You were supposed to hand everyone those files today at the beginning of the day!
What?
You waste of time. Ugh. I'm not the one in charge of preparing for that meeting, by the way. That is the job of the newest employee, and that's you! Why are you not able to understand your own job here? If you just think a little, you'd get that all of that work isn't for me to do.
Well, even if you think it's my job, if you're handing it off to me, then none of that work will be done. I have my own tasks that need to be done today, and they don't include that kind of work. I'm not even aware of what all you plan to talk about in that meeting tomorrow, and it's getting late.
Don't tell me that you're worse than a new hire. You're supposed to already know what your boss wants you to do and shouldn't have to say a word to me before you come saying that the work has been completed.
I'm not able to telepathically know all that you want me to get done here. And I have work of my own to tend to as it is, like I said. And I also know that you have work sitting on your desk that needs to get done. So if you're trying to push that work off onto me, I'll have to do something about you.
If you can't do my work for me, then you're as good as fired!
What? Fired? Mason, although you are a department manager within this company, you do not have the ability to fire anyone that's below you. You have to file a report to HR and have them bring it to the CEO to be dealt with.
Do you even know how many people I've already fired while in this position? I've never once gotten HR involved while doing it either. I just tell them to grab their things and leave my site, and boom, they're gone forever! So don't even dare tell me that I can't do it to you as well. Those that do not do as I've told them are bound to be fired by me. If you understand that, then get to it and finish my work so that I don't look like an idiot tomorrow.
Well, for the time being, I'll work on getting everything ready for the meeting tomorrow, but after this, if you need my help with anything, please come to me directly and ask.
Now that I think of you, you're working on getting a welcoming party together, right?
Yeah, I was asked to work on setting it up.
I can't believe they want a welcoming party for someone that's only been here 6 months. If you really have time to be putting together a party, then you have time to get more work done for me.
Well, I'm not putting together the party because I want to, though. I was asked to do it, so I'm working on it as part of my job. I was told it will help the rest of the company to get to know me a bit more personally, and so here we are.
Well, either way, it'll be a huge waste.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Whatever place you choose to reserve for the party, I doubt anyone will be coming. You're the most worthless employee within this company in its whole history, after all.
Worthless? And what makes you think you have the ability to judge one's worth within this company? Have you already forgotten that I'm the one doing your job for you by preparing this material for the meeting?
You're not being asked to get all those materials ready. You're doing all of that on your own.
But I was just asked by you to have all of this material ready by tomorrow. And if this isn't completed by the meeting, then a lot of people will be affected. I don't understand what you are going on about, but I want to focus on my work right now, so I'll be going.
I know that you're worthless and don't mind slacking off on company time, but at least get the basics taken care of. Even if that requires you to stay late, you get it all done.
I get it. Now, I have to focus, so goodbye.
We're not coming to that restaurant today, bud.
What? What are you talking about, Mason?
We're all gonna have our own party over here. Go ahead and cancel the party you had planned for all 60 of us, please.
What the heck are you talking about, though? You're asking me to cancel the reservation on the day of the party?
Well, that's because you're a worthless employee. None of us within this company want to go there with you to drink and chat.
And which of the employees have been saying that? I believe that it's only you that doesn't want to be here today. And you seem to be the only one that thinks of me as worthless and worth your time talking down to.
The only person that thinks people wouldn't say that about himself would be someone as stupid as you are.
Is that what you think, then? Am I really that worthless and stupid to you?
You're beyond helping, and keeping a worthless employee like you within this company is a pain for your boss. Can you see now that I don't like having to lead you? Well, you worthless new hire can just sit there drowning yourself in alcohol.
So you really do enjoy talking down to me like that, then, huh?
Well, nobody else is coming to that place you've reserved to have a drink with you. I'm having everyone come with me, and we'll go to another restaurant to drink. You go ahead and cover the cost of that place for us.
I see. Then you are fired.
Huh?
Having to listen to any more of this out of you is going to give me a migraine. I don't think there is any more reason for me to talk with you, so you're going to be let go.
What are you saying? You're my subordinate, right? There's no way you'd be able to get your boss fired when you're beneath me. I guess it's true that you are as stupid as everyone said.
I've only just become the vice president of this company, Mason. Did you know that?
Huh?
Today's party is supposed to be in celebration of that, but you should already know who I am, right? Just today I started to do my job as the vice president, and yesterday was my final day in my last position. And so from today forward, I am no longer considered to be working underneath you. And actually, no one will ever be allowed to work underneath you ever again with this company.
What are you going on about, man? The vice president?
I can see that this whole time you just assumed I was some new hire that came into this company to take the place of the last guy you fired from your department. But I have come from overseas to be in this company.
Huh?
Half a year ago, it was decided that I would be taking on the position as the vice president of this company. And that's the reason I'd always be gone from my office and in meetings with other managers of the company. And you saw that I was speaking with a lot of the other managers within this office, right?
You're lying. I never heard a thing about you becoming the VP.
But as a manager yourself, you should have been hearing all about this from upper management, right? Well, from what I've been able to tell, nobody else within this company really tolerates you enough to come talk to you. And I'm sure that you wouldn't have been listening to anything they said to you anyway. Even if you did get emails from the company about me, you would have never opened them. I'm sure had you actually read the news and paid any attention to your workplace, you would have never spoken to me like you have so far, right?
Hold on a second for me. Are you being serious? Justin, are you really the vice president now?
Well, if you'd have come to the welcoming party today, you would have been informed of that again. But since you went to another location and tried making a party of your own, you never realized that. Be aware that I wouldn't have anything to gain by lying to you about this, Mason. This is all the truth. All of it.
So you're the vice president. I'm so very sorry for the very rude attitude I had towards you just then. But I had no clue of this, so nothing I said was meant to be harmful. Can we both just agree to forget about all of this? Can you just forget about how rude I've been to you? I had no reason to believe that you'd become the new vice president of the company. If I had known, I would have never been as harsh about you and would have done everything I could to support you.
And so what, Mason?
Huh?
I can already see how you behave in the workplace, as well as the bad influence you give off to others in the office building. So, you are fired. And that's final. You are far too rude with how you handled me.
Huh? You really want me fired? And you do it that easily? Can you please calm down for one moment? Open your eyes for 1 second. I'm a department manager here, and I'm a lot older and wiser than you are, Justin. If you think you can just fire me without thinking of the consequences, then you're not fit to be the vice president.
Of course this won't be easy for me, but because of the way you have acted thus far, there is no better chance to get rid of you than now. I can tell that if you're not taken care of, you'll continue to harm new hires, just as you always have. And then under the misunderstanding that you have the right to fire others when you please, you force the new hires to do your work for you. You've really made it clear to me that you're not worth the salary you earn. I've already gathered enough evidence of your harassment of subordinates, and so once I've brought this up with the others in upper management, you'll be in grave danger. And so that's why I'm helping you go through all that trouble by having you fired right now.
Fired? Are you seriously going to say that to me? You had just been working under me the last 6 months. Do you think it's okay to say that to me now?
And I was only your subordinate for a little while as they prepared me to take the seat as the vice president. And during that time, I saw just how horrible of a person you are. I don't have all the details on the damage you've already caused to the company, but it ends right here. You understand that always having to hire new employees to fill the position of those you fired costs us a lot of money, right?
I do understand that, but this company doesn't have the money to hold on to worthless employees, right?
That's exactly right.
Right? And so I was doing my job and taking care of all those worthless idiots. I haven't done anything besides that.
And just as you've said, Mason, I'll ask that you leave your position as well.
Huh?
You said this company doesn't have the money to waste on worthless idiots, right? So I'm asking that the most worthless and idiotic employee leave this company right now.
Wait, what do you mean, worthless? Are you talking about me?
All you did was force those below you to do your work as you sat at your desk on the phone or on YouTube. And when asked to go on business trips, you'd use the company's card to pay for all the fun you had away from work. You also never ended up finishing the materials that were due for that meeting. For the past 6 months, I've been able to see firsthand just how much you slack off and waste the company's time. I literally sat there with my desk next to you as you would do all these things, so there's no playing dumb now, Mason.
You're wrong! That's not at all what's been happening. What you had seen me do wasn't the norm for me. I never did any of those things to harm this company.
Whether you had the intent of harm or not, it no longer matters at this point. After this, I will no longer allow you to waste this company's time and money. So I'll say this one more time for you. You are fired.
Wait, that's impossible!
Seems that you're having a hard time hearing from me that you're being fired, but right now you should be concerned about the restaurant you reserved.
Huh? Now that you mention it, nobody has shown up yet. Do you know why nobody has come to the party yet? Is everyone still working or something? Your welcoming party was cancelled, right?
Everyone from the office is here with me right now.
With you? What?
What I'm saying is that everyone came to celebrate with me at the party I was asked to put together. Hence why nobody came to your party. Perhaps they don't want to be there because nobody cares about you? Of course, some of them asked me why they were called and told to go to that place, but I just told them that that was incorrect and to still come to this restaurant.
What? How did you...
Well, while you were supposed to be doing your work, or should I say, well, slacking off, I was talking to everyone else about the correct plans.
Why would everyone listen to you, though, instead of me?
Perhaps that's because I'm the vice president and I made these plans, so no matter how you think of yourself, they were going to trust me. Especially when they all said they didn't want to go with you. But you did this to yourself in an attempt to humiliate me. Don't try and drag other workers down with you just because you're too stupid to do your own job.
But having to cancel the day of is gonna be too difficult.
But that's what you wanted to happen with me, right?
What's the cancellation fee going to be like? Do I have to be the one to pay it off?
Of course. You were the one that made yourself make the reservation there, so you'll have to pay for it. We're all here now having a great time, so you don't have to worry about coming and joining us. And since you're fired anyway, you can't come.
Don't say that about me! All of the other managers are there right now, right? Then I'll get my things and be there as soon as possible. I want to be there.
Not only are all the managers here, but so is the CEO.
Huh? The CEO came too? I seriously never thought you'd be able to get the CEO to come to that party. If I'm not able to show up, things will be bad for me.
I don't think that the CEO is okay with you joining us tonight, though. I just told you that you're fired, so it's really alright that you don't show up here at all. I know that even though you were a manager for a long time, they're forcing all your work onto me, but this all should make your position in our company a whole lot clearer, right? Now, you go and take some time to enjoy yourself there with the reservation you made. A worthless manager can sit by himself and enjoy a drink. Mason started to lose himself for a bit and tried to get into the restaurant that I had reserved for the party. But that involved him running away from the place he reserved for 60 people without paying, and so the manager of the restaurant called the police and he was taken into custody by the police. Once in their care, he was brought back to the store he ran from and was forced to pay up, or else the store would be taking legal action against him. Of course, this was not what he wanted, and so he began to scream and cuss before he finally pulled out his credit card and handed it to the manager. What I soon realized after talking with upper management was that they were on track to having him fired already, but me letting loose on him today finished the process. So the next day, when Mason tried coming into the office, he was told that he really had been fired and to leave before the police had to be called again on him. At that point, he truly did realize that I was the vice president and left without ever being seen again. The lady at the front desk did tell me about what had happened when turning him away, and said that his suit was a mess, and that he smelled like alcohol when he tried getting in. He may have thought he was doing the company a favor by firing all those new hires he didn't deem fit, and perhaps that's why he assumed he'd never be fired. But after what had happened to him now, I'd like to say this was a hard pill to swallow. I did the right thing firing him before letting him cause any more trouble to the company, and I hope that he's aware that people will not tolerate that kind of horrible attitude in the workplace, no matter if you're a manager or not.